Hey everybody, we're back to BioShock Infinite. My name is Rydo. We're in the third version of Columbia now, and the Vox Populi are super strong now, and they're right at the beginning or in the middle of a civil war that is either dooming the entire population of Columbia to a lot of casualties or eventually just complete and utter collapse. The Vox Populi in this world don't really seem like they want to kill me. I was surrounded by a whole group of them and not a single one seemed to bother to even target me. Let's see. Don't damage my allies, it says. Alright, so I can't use my ability of fire, can I? So let's go back to Shock Jockey. We are going in loops here. And I'm gonna have to just get closer, I think. Just come down this direction. And dismount over here. I wonder if I can make this jump. Yes, for some damage. So these guys are mine, and I'm probably burned half of them myself to death. So here are the police people who are fighting the Vox. The thing that I'm thinking is perhaps this is a case of this burst gun's not very good. I missed my hand cannon. Perhaps this is a case of them wanting to move the storyline forward in Columbia without having the actual timeline change. I suppose that might make some sense. Like, they couldn't, in comparison to BioShock 1 and 2, they couldn't have had me wander around Rapture years before the incident occurs that causes everybody to start fighting amongst each other, and then just play the game and skip forward in time. They could certainly have done that, I guess. Like, games do sometimes skip forward in time, and it's not an unthinkable mistake to allow that. But that's kind of what I'm guessing. We can't go in this door. The Vox are clearly just burning the city to the ground, though. And this shows a lack of understanding of what you're gonna do. This is a section where somebody's singing. This whole section here is about people singing. And see, I'm not sure if this is actually a song that they're doing this cover of, or if it's a really old song. One of the songs is really old, and I think this might be the really old one. I don't want to sit here and listen to it because the chance it's going to get content ID'd. Now, the problem with just giving or allowing the Vox to be the powerful people.
DeWitt, the hero of the Vox.
What the hell are they talking about?
So now I'm the hero of the Vox.
In this world, you're a hero.
Martyr of the Revolution.
Led the Vox. Slate and I burned down the Hall of Heroes. Okay.
Who knows?
Hard to think. Too two memories in the same
Booker,
place.
come back to me. We're going to find Daisy Fitzroy.
And we're getting out of here on the First Lady.
So, in this world, I and Slate worked with Daisy Fitzroy to work with the Vox Populi. Nobody's really that much against Comstock, other than everybody's against Comstock, I'm pretty much saying. Comstock, unlike Andrew Ryan, isn't showing up giving his long speeches saying how he's the perfect version of a human being, and his theories of economics are correct, and objectivism. I suppose here we are, applaudably, since BioShock 1 and 2 was kind of around objectivism and socialism. Here, this is not around any socio-economic thing. It's most certainly should have been. There should have been a communist theocracy under Comstock, which would make a lot of sense. But they didn't do that because they wanted the machines in the game to sell you things. And for you to be able to buy things from the machines, you would have to have a society that allows for that. Or at least a thriving black market. I guess maybe also they thought it would be too ham-fisted to be against communism. Or, frankly, I think the problem here is Ken Levine read some Ayn Rand books when he made BioShock, and it set him off on a tangent that's wasn't fully delivered. So there's the airship. Pull up from the roots from something that's floating. So these aren't just Irish people too. It's also soldiers that fought with Slate. And because Slate and Booker and Daisy all work together in this universe, they're succeeding. Is that inherently a good thing? I don't know. And I don't think the game's going to really bother to tell us. In the end, these universes were in.
Okay, for this one, give a thumbs up. Hilarious! Ah, that's a great shot.
There's a handyman.
Samuel, when the spells of anger come, I want you to play this recording and remember that I am the proudest woman in Columbia to have been your wife. They said your soul was choked by the fumes in that metal box, but this I do not believe.
So they took down a
And
handyman.
we shall meet again on that eternal shore. Both of us whole and smiling. I love you. I love you.
That's really
I
not a
love
story that helps much of anything to get this line of dialogue. We also haven't fought that many handymen. And I don't think there's really any reason to try and possess these things. This is like Booker DeWitt, my own voice.
Not someone trying to make sure their kids have it better than they did.
Monument Island's a damn ghost town. It seems like they evacuated her. I was here. An old friend told me Comstock spirited her off to that fortress of his. That's a one-man job.
May I go
It's
to
just
the
went from
bathroom,
betting on the river to drawing dead.
You're a tool.
So, in this universe, Comstock, Booker DeWitt had no chance of even capturing the girl. Here they're painting the balls
They want you focused
from the
on
raffle
wrong
red.
thing. They want to keep you distracted. Keep you from thinking about the real problems. The inequality. The bigotry. The inhumanity. They want you thinking, my neighbor got a...
Can we play the guitar again? No. Is this child still here? Yes. And there's nothing really to search up here, and I don't want to start a fight with these people. Just because in general it's a waste of time. Like, let's say I did hack these machines. Let's go ahead and try it. Doesn't work. And nobody responded. Which is weird because the game goes back and forth between its rules whether people are going to respond or not. There is also an argument, people are still eating rats, that the people in Colombia are much more sheep than the people in Rapture, because the Rapture people didn't just blindly follow ideas. They didn't just blindly follow the box or blindly follow Comstock.
These folk need a better class of hero.
You are a martyr.
When it comes down to it, the only difference between Comstock and Fitzroy is how you spell the name.
They're talking over each other. That seems crazy. And see, he's already determined that Fitzroy's not any better than Comstock, which is weird. Who's shooting at me? Like somebody threatened me, but then ran away. So now we have this interesting ability that comes out of nowhere.
Press to lunge at
Charge.
enemies, delivering a tornado blow. Hold and release to build up a more devastating tornado blow.
So it's, if you want to move really fast, we can now do that. Yay. I believe we left a hand cannon somewhere around here, didn't we? Eh. Not so lucky. But we saw that ability nearly an hour ago. Let's see how that works.
Something soon.
And see, if you hit the X button, you're technically asking her for something. There you go.
it!
Okay.
Send that. I guess that's how this works, is the X button is the item. Kind of already, though, need to switch back to Shock Jockey. Because it's more linear. If I have as somebody in my sights and I can hit I hit him, I can almost guarantee to hit him like that. But the other ability...
Catch!
Perfect timing!
And see that full health. That was a full health revive. Although I don't think that technically was actually a revive. And it just seems kind of silly that we're going to end up back. Back up to this.
I'll be down here.
And over here.
Go ahead.
On it.
Bring that around. Just make sure I have all the bullets I could ever want. Trying to maintain a full collection of bullets, a full collection of money. We'll come over here on this side and just see if there's any doorways that are open or anything like this.
There's some cash.
Tails. So we can get one of those upgrades. But we really aren't doing great with money. You can see we're doing really good with salt since that's now at its maximum. You almost stutter through the tears when you walk through them. And we're going to, I suppose, hit these guys. We've gone far enough away that the memory has not remembered. The game has not remembered we've already hacked these.
Well, guess we did it. I don't know if I brought us to a world where the Vox had weapons, or I created one.
See, even the game doesn't want to pick a point. They just don't want to make a decision. It doesn't matter what the answer is, pick one. Just say, I think I created this world. Or say, I think I brought us to a world like this. But not deciding, being in that mushy middle, isn't good for anybody. And let's see. Do I have any reason to go back this direction? Not really. And I think we'll see that in the third version of this universe you can't go in here. So let's run around. Some things are pretty consistent.
Take this.
Interesting that that one has already been hacked. It just never ends up being crazy different, it seems. There's one of the guys just in pain, one of the people we've killed before. And see, we have another instance of people remembering. The argument would make more sense that she did create a universe where the Vox had guns, because otherwise, why is she bringing in the versions of people from the other universes so much so that people are remembering it? Even Booker is starting to remember it, and he traveled with her. And see, she's looking down the edge. I don't know what she's seeing particularly. We're in a weird position with the lockpicks too. Like it feels like we're probably so far ahead that either I've missed a significant number of them or something else has happened. This area again is blocked off. Guy just fell from the ceiling down to his death, and I think that was a glitch. Lockpick sitting on top of that. So where are we supposed to go? That's a good question. That's already been done. Still need several hundred things.
Found some money.
Take the money from her, even though she's behind the wall there. So this factory section has still been locked. And we've seen it locked in 3 different versions of the universe. So I guess the idea is we're going in there. That would be the only thing that really makes any sense. And yet, since the game has really not given me anything else to do, like, we'll just make sure we look everywhere and do everything else. Get these small trinkets of money and food and health and salt, none of which really matters. So we have to go here. There's really no other place, and I bet we'll load into this section. You can see the game saved. And do I want to take the pistol? No.
Looks like I got a friend in town after all. Slate. He's fell in with these Vox Populi. And for irregulars, I will say, they're loaded for bear. Problem is, I gotta help them with their damn revolution first. Then we take Comstock House by storm. I do that, I get the girl.
So he's only helping the Vox Populi because of this. And here we have Chin and his wife dead again in this version of the universe, and I guess that's what we were going to investigate.
No, this is not what I meant to have happen.
Elizabeth.
They're dead, Booker.
Come on. Let's leave this place. Let's go to the factory and get our airship.
And it's the white
This is
wife,
responsibility,
not the Chinese
We
wife.
just opened a door to this world and we stepped through.
Are you sure, Booker? Did I just bring us to a world where Chenlin was alive, or did I create it? I told you, I always thought that my little trick was a form of wish fulfillment.
She has said that now. Before, so. The question that also would like to be asked and answered is, was this actually the same person? And in one universe she was Chinese, in one universe she wasn't Chinese? Because that's a pretty large change. So now we come over here and somebody's cutting the door down. She's just gonna be right in front of them. So we are finally to this section. Glad to be out of that section, that central location.
Now, if you want to be a mule, well, go on, be my
Standing on fire does nothing to me, which makes very little sense.
best come talk to the Vox.
This salt looks huge compared to some of the other salt vials. And see, this seems like we might be close to the end. Like this is your glory victory ending of the game, where the Vox take over and win, and we save an Elizabeth, maybe two Elizabeths, as if there really are two Elizabeths. People are jumping through the ceiling.
Watch out, Patriot!
Watch out, Patriot. And there's like a Patriot way over there. And this area seems pretty similar to the area we ran through before. Let's see. Med kits. I would prefer something offensive. Might as well take them.
Okay.
There might be some weird achievement for opening a bunch of these portals. You can see the Vox are basically cannon fodder. Rocket automata. So the rocket automata will start killing all the enemies. And again, we've just got none of this. Why isn't the songbird showing up? Why can't I ride that rail also? Like, why aren't more handymen showing up? Why is it such a simplistic fight?
Elizabeth?
So I bring that back, and then it's just a few seconds until the rocket automata can be re-summoned.
Do it!
All right.
Shooting this thing from a distance. This thing is not wanting to go down. Take some ammo. See, how can I not just think that this game is just badly designed as far as how the elements are balanced, considering how the game is constantly handing me more ammo and more gold or money and more health when I need it. Like, they made this game incredibly difficult. I mean, incredibly easy. Something is hitting me. I think.
You can't get that door open unless someone takes that airship out.
Take out the zeppelin. Where are you, zeppelin? So there's like no ground here at all that you can even land on. There might have been something there. It's not letting me land if that's the case. Interesting. I can't use any of my abilities right now. coming back this way, and coming back this way. And then it seems like there's no ground to land on. Maybe back this direction? See, this seems just crazy. They've blocked off landing anywhere.
Need to sabotage the engine and bring this thing down.
Where'd he go?
So, yeah. What a weird level layout. Designed so you go in circles around these tracks so that you get close to this place so we can take out the Zeppelin, which, if I'm recalling correctly, taking out the Zeppelin is a pretty long journey. I like that the game has a slightly different animation of the characters when they're dying. I've got to switch guns here. I'm out of ammo. What's interesting is he just said he was killing himself for coveting his neighbor's wife because of the hypnotism I put on him. They could have probably done a little bit more with that idea.
Need to sabotage the engine and bring this thing down.
Yes, I've heard you, Booker. But before we do that, let's make sure all has been collected. I just ran through a beam. Yep, I think we're good. How these things work at all, I don't know, but I suppose that.
Okay, now to get off this thing.
Please? I think I'm on the wrong side. I don't think I can go that way. I think I was supposed to go the other way. Hopefully there's still time. That would kind of suck if there wasn't. There we go. And so now we can... They're shouting my name. And it still feels like there's that tingle, that jingle telling me that there's something collectible somewhere around here. But maybe that's just a sound effect that this one does. Because being on the train and rail. Because as far as I can tell, there really isn't anything. All these hook sections seem to just be convenient places to switch around and go the other way. And take a shortcut. And so everybody's happy with me.
That was amazing.
Where are you?
Elizabeth, let's go find Daisy in the factory.
So everybody loves me, which is kind of a nice change of pace, I suppose. And if there was some collectible to pick up over there, in the end it doesn't really matter. Like, I have been given so many extra upgrades anyways, and I think there is a New Game Plus on this, so by getting the Ultimate version, they've effectively said, don't bother playing our game on the second time on New Game Plus. Let's see what this looks at. And again, Monument Tower, I assume, was supposed to be this direction. And it's not. Which is weird. So now we leave the Finkton area to the factory area, which we haven't been there, and I just magically dropped down. This is just too easy, though. With all the Vox Populi fighting with me, we are killing characters that I had no trouble killing in the first place in the main game. So instead of the game getting more difficult as we progress, as you might expect, or instead of there being a improvement or reason why I might be doing better. For example, maybe my weapons are majorly upgraded or something like that. That might make some sense too, but at the core of it, you can see that I had hypnotized that weapon, and that didn't work the way I was hoping. Now the Vox are leaving a few guys for us to actually kill ourselves. They might not playing the entire game for us, but what I would expect from this is a much shorter experience once the Vox fought with me. Maybe as far as this would be about as long as I want, and then I'd like the Vox to all of a sudden decide they don't like me anymore and work with these other guys, and then we're fighting against both of them. Or perhaps we fight with the Vox and see that they are really, really powerful in this universe, and look at little devil bullhorns and little devil heads. And then they turn on us without the help of the Columbia police, and
Daisy said she was
alone they're in
We
trouble.
need to take that elevator up. Bet it leads to Fink's office.
Here's a piece of thing. When struck, 50% chance to shock nearby enemies. Victims take 50% damage, vulnerable for 3 seconds. Compared to enemies provide ammo, I will just stick with enemies provide ammo. Fucking piranha. What's foolish? What?
A lockpick. Grab it.
Lockpick where? Where are you looking? A bag of lockpicks. We're up to 28 lockpicks, and we haven't found any locks. So unless we're going to enter a vault somewhere full of 5 different safes that all require 5 lockpicks. I think we are overstocked on lockpicks. And here we go. I'm not sure if we came in this way. I don't think we did. I think the factory is a new location. But it's all very samey, that being said. They're making all these vigors, which still make no sense that they'd be sold in a city like Columbia, at least the city of Columbia we saw at the beginning of the game. Who knows what the city of Columbia is like now, although it doesn't seem like it's changed that much. And here you have Finkton making shock jockey switches and dollar bills.
They're just right for each other, aren't they?
Who?
Fitzroy and Comstock.
And we really haven't dealt with Comstock, with Fitzroy enough to be certain of that.
Lynn? Mr. Lynn? My God, I was so set on getting to
There's
Paris.
those doofus and
I
dimwit
didn't really think that
You
things.
couldn't have known this would happen.
I had a role in this
Clothing.
catastrophe. If you want to pretend that we're purely innocents in this, then that's your prerogative.
She still
but
has the cage on her necklace. And we're gonna get another phone call.
Hello? Fink?
I saw you die, Booker. Saw it with my own eyes.
Fitzroy. Listen, I got you your guns. I'm here for my airship.
But my Booker DeWitt died for the Vox Populi. You either an imposter or a ghost. My Booker DeWitt was a hero to the cause, a story to tell your children. You just complicate the narrative.
That's some big words, but okay. So kind of obvious. She can't let me live because then people won't see me as a martyr. They'll see me as a coward.
What are you doing, brothers?
So kind of as I was saying, it should turn out that they decide they don't like me anymore and try to kill me.
some money. Want it?
They decide they don't like me anymore and they try and kill me, and I knew that was going to happen. I've played this game before, so I'm not trying to be clever, but the one thing that was different from what I was suggesting and what happened here is there was no extra challenge in fighting the Vox. They're not twice as strong as the enemies we've been fighting up to this point. Let's see. This Bronco boost and 342. We need quite a bit more money. Fire rate increase, recoil reduction. I need so much more money. I assume this one's not going to drop any money on me. I guess I could try. But that was a waste. I'm out of salts. There's nothing over here. Dollar bill. Vinny VD Vigor. Dollar bill. Vinny Vigor. And Minuteman Armory are the three different things. And okay. Need more money, need more salt. Over here. It's a ladder. Polishing these signs. And now we go forward. Well, we actually don't need to go forward right now. Undertow. That's a new one. In fact, that's what I thought we got last time, was Undertow. Now, what's really the difference between Undertow and bucking Bronco? Not a lot, really. And it's a shame they don't have a bees one like in BioShock.
Hold to grab enemies and release to reel them in for punishment.
So Undertow might work somewhat well for...
These holes have shown me yet another wonder.
Songbird.
Though I've yet to see the application for it. They illuminate a merger of machine and man that is somehow the lesser yet the greater of both parties. The process seems to be irreversible. Perhaps, though, Comstock will have some need of this kind of thing to keep watch in that tower he is building.
So, he saw the designs of the Songbird through a portal. Perhaps a portal to Rapture in which he saw the Big Daddies. It might explain why the Songbird really isn't the better version, in my opinion, of the, compared to Big Daddies. You know, sometimes you just love a game like BioShock 1 and even BioShock 2 enough, and so much that even the same person trying to do something similar feels more like an insult than an homage. I think that very much for me is the case. I wish I could sell half of my lockpicks for money. So the crows boost is the murder of crows idea is probably the closest thing to the bees. Damage boost on the handgun, so the handgun's now at the maxed out level. But it doesn't really feel like we're going to be able to max out everything. Let's look and see if we can see that in better system. Well, you can see at the bottom of the circle on the right what seems to be either the damage or the number of bullets, and 3 green dots, which tells me that there's only one more for the carbine to upgrade. Whereas for the volley gun, there's 3 more, and the hand cannon, there is 4 upgradable things that we haven't even seen. So I don't know what the deal with that is. 1 more for the machine gun. No more for the pistol, which seems to say it's either holds 100 bullets right now or does 100 damage. 3 more for the currently equipped RPG. See, that doesn't make any sense though. If the RPG only did 9 damage, I wouldn't use it. So it must have only 9 bullets. And it needs 2 more upgrades. The currently equipped shotgun needs to be upgraded. The sniper rifle. You can see this menu is pretty bad, and it's not taking up the full screen for 1080p resolution, which is also odd. A lot of these Vox Populi things either haven't been upgraded at all, or have just been slightly upgraded. There's far too many guns in this game for as little as you use them.
Come on, give me something challenging.
Part of the problem here is this game was one of the first generations of games that didn't really want to have a single player and was betting a lot more heavily on people playing multiplayer, and that was DLC that got added later, I think. Maybe there was a little bit of multiplayer originally when it first came out, but they kind of were hanging on that idea, and it did not work at all. She's running up this way. No. So there's Fink. she's totally loony.
Family imposters. Burn their bodies when you're done.
Fireman Booker, careful!
So, how long have we been playing? We got about 10 more minutes. Let's see. Knock this guy's head off. So now we're on these Vox Populi ships. That the question becomes, where did they even get the ships? We can see over here there's something to collect. So
You're hurt! Take this!
Nice!
So this is what Undertow looks like. Doesn't really work the way I would like it to. Frankly, it's really just gonna be back to, let's see, let's try this. Wait for my shield to refill. There might even be some health sitting around. But you can see how the murder occurs even with the main element isn't really working as well as Shock Jockey should. Here we go. And they've got a Vox Handyman. And see, this handyman is supposed to prove to be very strong, and he actually is proving to be kind of strong. He actually killed me. Interesting. And this time I have to open the door instead of just getting revived.
What just happened?
Let's see. We need to switch this one to possession. Plus this. And I don't know if I really should buy some more bullets or something. I guess the idea is just a regular revive would be too easy. And we get a new piece of thing. This new shirt. When struck, 50% chance of setting people on fire. I don't think so.
You need this!
Much obliged!
Bring in that Tesla station. So these are Tesla coils that are electrocute you or your enemies depending on whose side they're on. Let's see, what is this? I can't use it right now. And so you would think this is something interesting to see, but no. And see, that guy just got killed by the Tesla station. There's like 1 or 2 people wandering around here. And I kind of need to find them and pick up their... kill them. This is where we were before. This is where she killed Fink.
Take this.
Perfect timing.
I think I'm probably good enough to switch to this gun now. There's a couple of things I need to do. What was that sound effect? So this doesn't look like a tear that we can just tear through. And it looks like we can just get on that ship again. She's not here. And either the idea, like, I don't think I can jump to that ship. So either the idea is, let's see, that, and then that, and then that, and then that.
Oh, no, no! She's going to kill that child. We have to do something. We have to act.
What
We have to
child?
get in there. Come on, Booker. We've got to get out of here. Boost me up.
So I'm gonna help her through this vent to stop her from killing this kid. Which, like, okay. Kind of reminiscent of BioShock 2.
Go!
Like, I don't even know why she's protecting herself. Who's she protecting herself against?
Is this your movement, Daisy?
This is what needs to be done. You see, the founders ain't nothing but weeds. Cut them down and they just grow back. If you want to get rid of the weed, you gotta pull it up from the root. It's the only way to be.
So she's planning on, like, killing all white people?
Elizabeth.
Or all rich people?
It runs in the family.
It will comfort her.
Elizabeth. Whoa, whoa, hey, easy.
So we want to come over here. We've got 2 stars, so of course increase our health.
Perfect.
Now, as Booker DeWitt, I've been killing people left and right, so doesn't matter to me one bit if she killed somebody, Finkton's son, or she killed Fitzroy. Too many F names.
Fitzroy, you win this fool war. You send this to New York. They ain't getting the girl. Whoever they are. Maybe I did right by you and the Vox. But in the end, that don't square anything. Anna, I'm sorry.
So now we're boarding the First Lady, which is the ship we were getting on before, and we lied to her. And so let's just take a moment to remember this. Like, the reason why we went through this entire section, from the point when we were last on this ship which has been 4 to 5 hours of gameplay, is because I simply lied to her and could not lie my way out of getting in trouble with her and sending her to New York instead of taking her to Paris, which is where she wanted to go. And frankly, I could have just taken her to Paris and then started the ship flying towards Paris, and then when she got tired, put her back on the ship and take her to New York, or convince her to come live with you in New York, or just leave her alone. He's so obsessed with wiping away his debt. Can the people that he owes money to reach him actually in Paris in this time frame? It's not hugely likely. So it almost seems like we should be at the end of the game here after that side quest. But this whole game has been side quests. And we're in 3 different dimensions now, too. So we're trying to comfort her, I guess.
I think you should talk to me.
I think you should just give her some time, honestly. She just stabbed somebody. That's gotta affect people. And let's just set the destination. And he's gonna do it again, isn't he? He's gonna set it for New York. I bet he sets it for New York again. Because he hasn't learned his lesson.
Elizabeth.
She cut her hair and changed her clothing to the Lady Comstock.
Listen.
How do you do it?
How do I do what?
Looking downward.
Forget. How do you wash away the things that you've done?
You don't.
Where are we going?
So the moment of truth between us. New York or Paris?
Neither.
No!
Shit. Come on, we gotta find a way to make this thing go faster.
So, change course.
There's gotta be some sort of throttle or accelerator.
Do you know what that looks like?
I don't know.
Help me find it! Elizabeth!
So, she's kind of turned into her mother, wearing her mother's outfit. She's also, all of a sudden, got some extreme cleavage on that corset outfit, but alright, whatever. You literally...
Certainly is. Is.
Hold on.
All right, here you are.
You went from a second when you're trying to comfort her and treating her like a daughter figure.
He'll come back.
Try again. No, you try.
Hurry, hurry.
So we have to open the latch.
Nope, that is not. Is not.
Stop it!
It's these two
You
again.
don't know what you're doing.
Ha! There it is.
You've done it now. He's coming back. He's coming back.
The notes were correct.
The instrument was not.
One needs both to get his attention.
But if you know how to sing to him,
He will take you where you need to go.
So I'm supposed to take this card?
Who are you?
we are where we are needed.
And needed where we are.
So Comstock uses these songs. Well, there others we can use? Something to keep the bird off our back?
Perhaps you should ask the maestro himself.
So where is he? Of course. Well, at least they left the piano.
So, we're not making it to Paris or New York in this ship. We've yet again been locked into a section. Push the piano out of the way. So 3 dimensions and a bunch of
That's Comstock House.
distractions.
We're gonna find him. We should start there.
The box are coming. We need to leave the dock.
And let's see, what else do we have here? Seems like we're just gonna fight our way to Comstock House now. Really no reason to, though. It seems so crazy that there's not some easier way to escape, but it feels like maybe that's the trick. Maybe that is the idea, is that once you get to Columbia, there's no coming back. It's some nightmare in itself. Well, I can't really call what's going to happen from this point immediately a side trip. It's actually the main story. It's just that everything up to this point has been side trips, and we haven't learned or really done that much other than the opening rifts and different dimension stuff that is very loosely explained and flippant as how it works. So I still don't really think anybody knows how it works. I don't think the game really cares to explain it or knows itself how it works. As far as actual gameplay mechanics, we have 30 lockpicks, which seems really crazy. We have $251, which is kind of low, but then we have a lot of upgrades too. Our health and salts and shield are all doing very good because of the DLC giving all of us the extra upgrades, but now it's too good and the game is too easy, and I really have no motivation to make it more difficult because every now and then I do die, and I don't see a reason why it would be any more fun to continuously do that. When we do die now, all of a sudden I have a different death sequence than just getting revived. I assume some of that has to do with the story, but I'm not sure. And it's all just weirdness abound. Anyways, that's it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.